Hello all. In today's video we are going to focus about the Jenkins. Actually one of our subscriber has asked about how actually the Jenkins works and using the Jenkins for CI/CD in real-time environment. So basically you have to keep in mind Jenkins is a popular open source automation server which is used for implementing continuous integration and continuous delivery or deployment means CI/CD pipeline. What it means CI/CD? CI means continuous integration and CD means continuous delivery or deployment. So here how Jenkins works and how it is used in the real-time environment for CI/CD. We are going to focus on it. So basically how Jenkins works. So firstly we need to install the Jenkins. So the installation of Jenkins is typically installed on a server or virtual machine. It can be installed on the various operating systems like Windows, Linux, and Mac OS. Then the configuration after installation of Jenkins can be accessed through the web interface. So administrator can configure the Jenkins by installing plugins, setting up users and permissions and configuring global slating. Then the third step is creating jobs. In Jenkins, a job represents a task or the project such as building a software application or deploying code or running test. User can create a job using Jenkins web interface or by defining job configuration using Jenkins file, a text file that defines the steps of a pipeline. Then the next is trigger. Jenkins job can be triggered automatically based on the event such as code commits to version control system, for example Git, schedule time interval or manually by user. Then the fifth is build process. When job is triggered, Jenkins executes a series of predefined steps or the commands as a part of build process. So these steps typically include the tasks such as fetching source code from the repository, compiling code, running tests, and packing the artifacts. Then the next is testing and quality check. So Jenkins can integrate with the various testing frameworks and tools to perform automated testing. As part of the build process, it can also run a static code analysis tool to ensure code quality. Then the next step is deployment. After successful build and the test, Jenkins can deploy the build artifact to target the environment such as staging or the production server. Deployment can be automated using plugins or the script integrated into the Jenkins pipeline. Then the next step is monitoring and reporting. Jenkins provides the monitoring capability to track the progress or status of the build and deployment. It generates the report and notifications to alert user about the build failure or any other issues will be there. Then using Jenkins for CI/CD in real-time environment. So basically for using Jenkins in real-time environment, we need first to set up the Jenkins server. Means you need to install the Jenkins on the server or virtual machine accessible to your deployment development team, right? Then you need to configure the plugin, means install and configure the Jenkins plugins based on your project requirement. Whatever will be your project, according to that plugin may include the version control system integration, example for example Git plugin, or build tools like a Maven, Gradle, then testing framework and deployment tool. Then third, you need to create a job as defined in Jenkins. Job means task. So define Jenkins job to automate various stages of your CI/CD pipeline such as building, testing, and deploying the code. Next is the configuring pipeline using Jenkins pipelines to define a complex workflow and pipelines using Jenkins files. Pipelines allow you to define stages, step, conditions for executing tasks on your CI/CD process. Then integrate with the version control means configure Jenkins to trigger build automatically when changes are pushed to your version control repository. For example, Git. Then automate testing means integrate the Jenkins with the testing framework and tools to automate the testing as part of CI/CD pipeline. So configure the Jenkins to run the unit test, integration test and other types of test automatically. Then automate the deployment means for set up the Jenkins to deploy the build artifact to target environment, for example staging production automatically after successful build and test. Then monitor and improve. Monitor Jenkins builds deployment and pipeline performs regularly. Analyze the build logs, test result and deployment status to identify areas for improvement and optimization. By following all the above steps, you can effectively use a Jenkins in real-time environment to implement the CI/CD pipeline and automate the software delivery process, resulting into faster release cycle and improves the quality and increase the efficiency. This is all about the Jenkins, how Jenkins work and how you are using the Jenkins for CI/CD in real-time environment. Thank you all for watching the video. Do like and to comment on which point you want next video. Please go through the all the videos which we have already made. Thank you all.